As an AI engineer, today, when you prompt and when you work with AI, with LLM models, you have to think first, always, always, always. And then you have to review your code last. So the LLM, the AI models, you use them only to outsource what needs to be built. So the same way, like you are the product owner, you have a clear vision, you know exactly what has to be done, you plan the work, you specify a very clear prototype, you have a very clear idea, and then you go from there, you outsource the execution by AI, and then you review everything else. But if you do outsource your brain instead, then it's where problems will happen. Problem will always. And the same way, when we are doing maintenance, if we ask AI to do everything, we have an existing code base, okay, just clean up everything, this is a mess, it will very likely, especially these days, probably, hopefully not in 1 or 2 years in the future, but for now, the last 2 years, it will create bugs and problems you didn't expect, or it will remove functionalities. There was a time zone option that disappeared for some reason, and I just had the problem, an issue, similar issue yesterday. So I know that is still happening now with the latest model of Claude, in my case, Claude Code. So you have to be super careful, super vigilant of what it does, because you don't want to have surprises, of course. You want to have something stable, and when it removes functionalities from your code base, that can be extremely bad. The same way, like you have automation tests, it's amazing, but when you ask AI to refactor everything, it will also remove sometimes some automation tests. So you believe the automation tests, the end-to-end test, you have a bunch of different ways you test things, and I will show you actually I do have, oops, where is it? Let me look where it is. Oh, of course. I do have a pyramid of the way how like all tests can be done. Just looking the proper image, because I normally have that in my notes, but I don't today. So that's the kind of pyramid you would have: unit test, UAT, and functional tests, system test, integration test. And UAT stands for AT, user acceptance, acceptance test. So it does what a user would do, basically, like, exactly click on a button, log in. That's the acceptance test. And for that, normally I have wrote some notes for you in the past for another video. UAT, I just mentioned that. Yeah, like with PHP, you have a framework that is conception, and that's UAT. So it's for the acceptance or user acceptance test. And if AI update and remove some UAT tests, well, what's the point, So that's why it's crucial for you to review everything and to ensure that the behavior is still the right one. So never outsource your brain to AI, but instead always think, always be the master. AI is secondary, and AI is the one you outsource. You work the execution, but not the brain. And that's the whole difference. because it's easy after to trust too much. It's the same with colleagues. Sometimes we would end up trusting too much someone because we believe they can do it. But of course, everybody have, like, we lack, always we lack at what we are doing. We are bad at what we are doing in some areas. Even though we do our best, there are times where we don't do something well. It could be also be because we have brain load, it was a bad day, we are tired, we might not even like there in that specific work we need to do, but we are just not there. And it's normal, it happens. But then that's why we ask colleagues to code review our code, and we carefully test everything, and that's why we have QA automation teams. But if we just trust and don't check, well, then don't be surprised if there is a problem, if there is a bug that will just be there. It's not for no reason. It's because the process was not strict enough, and we need to keep everything robust. Yeah. So when we use AI, of course, you have to use AI to be efficient, to be quicker, to be better, but you have to always remember why it has to be built, why I'm doing that, what kind of feature, and then review if what it did is correct before shipping anything to live, to the server, to production. I wish you a beautiful, happy AI journey. Enjoy your day, and always seek and look where you can have a stronger process. So in what we do, we can always do the things we do better, differently. And it's the same when we use AI and it doesn't work out, we would just ask, try a drastically different approach. And it's the same in our life. When it doesn't work out, we should try a completely different approach. And if we don't try, we don't know. And chances are it will work. So let's go, let's do it, and let's be better together.